much rain did this storm bring? Was this the coolest winter in years? Are the trade winds picking up? These questions and more can be answered by the Pacific Island Network Climate Monitoring Program. Climate variables are systematically measured in the national parks of Hawaii, Guam, Saipan, and American Samoa. All of these parks are on tropical islands, but temperatures and rainfall are not the same throughout. For instance, the windward sides of the Hawaiian Islands are much wetter and slightly cooler than the leeward sides, which are sheltered by tall mountains from the rain-bearing northeast trade winds. The islands Maui and Hawaii even include subalpine zones. Snow is a regular occurrence in the winter on the summits of Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea on Hawaii Island, and occasionally on the summit of Haleakala on Maui. Devastating hurricanes, called typhoons, bring extreme winds, rainfall, and storm swells. Although they are a characteristic of the climate across the Pacific, the western Pacific, where Guam and Saipan are located, experiences more and more intense typhoons than other areas. Our national parks contain many unique ecosystems, which the National Park Service is determined to preserve. Climate profoundly influences ecosystem characteristics and processes. For instance, the distribution of plants and animals is partially determined by rainfall, temperature, and fog conditions. And in rain and cloud forests, lichens and mosses fostered by abundant moisture cover the trees. Pacific Island ecosystems are vulnerable to the effects of climate change. For example, increased solar radiation and temperatures can lead to the bleaching of corals. Some scientists also predict that prolonged droughts due to El Niño events will happen more frequently. This would affect the island's very limited freshwater supplies. Finally, mosquitoes, which carry diseases affecting humans and birds, may spread to new areas if rainfall patterns change. Which climate conditions are considered normal in Pacific Island National Parks? Which conditions are extreme? Are any of the average climate conditions changing? Climate data analysis looks for patterns and trends in climate variables, including relative humidity, temperature, rainfall, as well as wind speed and direction. In some locations, we also collect data for solar radiation and cloud cover. Our monitoring program also keeps track of the frequency, extent, and duration of extreme weather events like droughts or tropical cyclones. By tracking the range of variation in weather patterns for Pacific Island Network parks, we can provide researchers and park managers with vital data about climate conditions and trends. This information can be used for immediate park management needs and to identify the impacts of climate and climate change on our ecosystems. Climate affects us and everything around us. That's why we're keeping an eye on the sky.